What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to GTM Gaming and Delectables. I'm your host, Gathering the Magic, and it's Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time for the Market Watch. Today is February 2nd, 2025. This is episode number 28, and we're going to be going through all the cards and all the token prices. So let's get started. So with SPS, vouchers, and DEC, as you can see, we've been on this slow decline over the last month. Not too much of a decline, though, over the last couple weeks. SPS has gone from 0.0069 down to 0.0067, so just a slight decrease there. Vouchers have gone from just under a penny at 0.95 tenths of a penny to 0.9, and DEC has come down a little bit. At the time of this recording, we're sitting at 70.8 cents per thousand for DEC. So if you need to pick up DEC for land or just DEC in general, now is a good time. Vouchers. So vouchers over the last 2 weeks have slowed down in usage for Alfka. You can see a couple weeks ago we went up 250,000 vouchers. This week we went up 325,000 vouchers. So we're using less than half of the vouchers that are printed every day. So the supply has increased by over 23,000 a day. Don't think this is going to change anytime soon until the next promo voucher card comes out. Not sure exactly when that is, but it probably won't be for a while. So vouchers are probably going to be well over 15 million by the time we record the next Market Watch in a couple of weeks. SPS burning has been pretty consistent over the last month, as you can see. 300,000 a month ago, 250,000, now 270,000. So we're burning on average just under 20,000 SPS per day, and you can see the total supply here. Okay, moving on to packs. So some pack prices have moved over the last couple weeks. Alpha has continued just kind of a slow and quiet rise in price. Packs aren't being open, but you can see from a month ago the asking price was $45. Now currently in game it's just under $55 for an alpha pack. Beta packs, actually the pack prices are higher than this $9.98. I listed one for sale when I saw the cheapest beta pack last night. I think was like $11.49. So all the sub $9 beta packs have been bought, and now as you can see here, the cheapest price is $9.98. The amount of beta packs available in circulation is just over 20,300. So that is beta. Moving on to obtained, really no movement at all, as you can see over the last couple months in obtained. Still sitting at right around 750 per pack, and number of packs is just slightly over 44,000. Dice went up 20 cents, or no, 30 cents from 790 to 820. 12 packs left the market, so those were either taken off the market or they were open, so just over 5,000 dice packs available. Orb sitting at $8 still, just over 6,700 orb packs unopened. Chaos Legion, so just a couple days ago, all the cheap, like 35 to 40 cent Chaos Legion packs that were for sale were scarfed up, were opened, and then the next kind of range of prices were between 50 and 70 cents. So right now, a lot of the bots are buying them off of Hive Engine for right around, I believe, 45 cents or so, and relisting them in-game from anywhere from 50 to 55 cents. So I think it was once we go through about 350 packs, this price might go up to around 70 cents. So I'm keeping an eye on Chaos Legion pack prices and what the bots are doing, because we might see this Chaos Legion price go up in a couple of weeks. Number of packs available, you can see just over 1.9 million. And now that the data has kind of settled down, you can see that we opened over the last 2 weeks just over 11,000 packs. Rift Watchers, pretty consistent. You know, another set that really no one is doing anything with pack-wise, along with Untamed. You know, has been sitting right around the $1.80 range for quite a while. But I did notice that over the last 2 weeks, there's 650 packs that have disappeared off the market. So those were either somehow moved or opened, but still plenty of Rift Watcher packs over there, 118,000. I don't think this amount is going to go down significantly. Maybe these will be added again at some point in the future for like some sort of a jackpot prize or something like that. I know there was, I believe, 100 packs that were added over the last month for jackpots, and those are quickly disappearing. Rebellion, prices have been trending lower over the last month. We were pushing $4 a month ago. They've been drifting lower down to around $3.70 a pack. Currently in game, the cheapest one is $3.69. As you guys know, we sold just over 1 million packs. The amount circulating after the adjustment from a couple weeks ago, we're down just over 2,100 packs in the last 2 weeks. So at this rate of consumption, we have enough packs to last 490 days before all Rebellion packs are opened, just to give you kind of an estimate. Okay, moving on to card sets. So once again, in part 2 of this, I will go through the marketplace. You can kind of see all the different rarities and cards. You can see the liquidity, how many are in circulation. So I'll try not to spend too much time on this, but just to kind of show you where the numbers are at. So for alpha commons, pretty normal range. The low end has come down a little bit, as you can see, over the last month. You know, the cheapest card was 90 cents, 78. Now there's a couple that are under 78 cents. The lowest being 51 cents to $2 for the high end for commons. Rares $1.20 to $4.46. Epics just under $3 to $11.15. And then legendaries $20 up to $202 for the alpha legendaries. Gold foils, as you guys know, there's very low liquidity on the gold foils. You can see the prices here. The one card that was listed cheaper is one of the gold foil legendaries. Was dropped down from $24.50 down to $17.50. So we'll go through that in part 2. As far as promos go, the common promo card came down to $3.76. The rare is sitting at $12.50. There's no epic, and the legendary is still there at $5.33. And then for your gold foil promos, the common and the rare are the same as they were 2 weeks ago. $9.99 for the common and $59 for the rare. Okay, moving on to beta. So for your beta commons, 5 cents up to $4.90. I believe this card is Flesh Golem. So I'm not sure if Matt Clark is now deciding to buy the beta Flesh Golems, but we'll go through in part 2 and just kind of look at how many are in circulation. But that's kind of the outlier. The reason this card is so high priced is there's not many on the marketplace. The rares you're looking at 27 cents to $2.50. Epics 71 cents to $6.78. And then your beta legendaries, $3.93 up to $150. This is for Voldemort, and this is a multiple BCX copy, so that's why the price is a lot higher. Your gold foils, you're looking at $1.50 to $25 for the commons, $6.65 to $150 for a rare, $30.75 to $500 for an epic, and then the same as last week for the legendaries, $300 to over $77,000. Your promo cards, the one card I always like to look at is the common promo because that is a dragon summoner. And with survival mode maybe right around the corner, one thing that players are going to need is going to be a cheap, affordable dragon summoner to play in survival mode. So this is by far probably the cheapest dragon summoner. You can see a couple weeks ago he was sitting at 28 cents, you know, just a big drop off in price. Those were quickly taken off the market. Now we're back in that dollar and higher range for the common summoner. The other cards really don't have a whole lot of movement. You know, the rare is always just right around 50 cents. $2 for the epic. Red Dragon is at 15. Prince Julian did have a price increase. You can see over the last couple of months, the price had been slowly trending lower, stabilized 2 weeks ago, but now it's back up to almost $800. And Archmage Arius is not listed. So this was either taken down or it was sold, you know, at $4.41 from 2 weeks ago. For your gold foil promo cards, the only one available for sale right now is the Dragon Summoner, and it is listed for $9.89. Okay, moving to Untamed. Not going to go through all these numbers. Pretty much they are the same as they have been over the last couple weeks as far as price ranges go. Nothing too really weird or out of whack with those. So let's just go ahead and look at the kind of key cards in the set. So Kitty came down from $47 down to $42. Llama is pretty much the same from 27 down to 26.74. Jotun came back up from 2 weeks ago. I was saying this was, a pretty good deal if you could get a BCX of Jotun at 28. Now he's back pretty much where he stays, right around $40. But Kron, there is a Kron for $5. So that is the lowest I've seen. You can see the price has been drifting lower and lower, but if you want to pick up a $5 Kron, there is one available for sale. Next we have the gold foils. So gold foil kitty at 2,500, gold foil llama at 1,211, same as 2 weeks ago. As is Jotun, another one for $1,249, and no gold foil crons. Your promo cards, Halfling Alchemist is the same, $1.98. Chain Golem up a little bit to $3.85. Mighty Dricken came down from $13.33 to $9.95. For your gold foil versions, the Alchemist is still at $2.10, but look at the price increase on the Chain Golem. Gold foil Chain Golem 2 weeks ago was $3.95. Now they're asking $8.91. And then there is no gold foil Dricken. Okay, moving to dice. So with dice, the one thing that I always like to look at are the rare cards, since they are the summoners. You can see the price range here. So Mylar came down from $3.25. I believe there are 7 or 8 copies, right around $2.50. And then after that, it goes back to the $3.25 price. So if you're looking to pick up just a few copies of Mylar, there are a few available under $3. And then he's back to what seems to be the norm again, is $3 or higher per BCX. There is an Epic card that was strangely a lot higher price, and I'm not sure why. There's only 3 Epics, I believe, in this set. And I think it was the Dragon Spirit that had jumped from, you can see usually the high priced Epic is around 39.40 cents. It's up to 3.47, and that is for a single BCX. That's not multiple copies. And then the gold foil as well. The gold foils you can see are usually, 20, 25 bucks, somewhere in there. Now it's at 50. So not sure exactly the reason for the price increase, but we'll look at that more in part 2. And then your legendary cards, you're looking at $2.55 to $99. Let's see, the gold foil cards, I think those are pretty much the same. Yep, 50 cents to $1.65 for a common. The low end of the rares has gone up, with it being the rares are the summoners. So you were able to get some of the lower end gold foil summoners for, you can see, $2.75, $2.20. Now that is more than doubled. So now the cheapest gold summoner is $5.45. Your epics, $10 to $50, and then gold foil legendaries are still in the $60 to $300 range. Okay, moving to Orb. Once again, you can see nothing too significant or out of whack from how prices have been over the last 2 weeks. Same with the gold foils. You can see the price ranges here are still pretty consistent. The one movement in price from Orb over the last 2 weeks is the gold foil Warlord came down and has been continued to come down from 700 a couple months ago down to 500 now. The Pegasus is still sitting at 990, but you can see the prices on these two hard to acquire gold foil legendary cards have been drifting a little bit lower as the person just wants to sell these. Okay, Chaos Legion. So I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Chaos Legion, what prices do over the next month or so, until Survival Mode goes live. Once Survival Mode goes live and people kind of get their feet wet and kind of decide, okay, am I going to go for 1 BCX teams or max level teams? If people decide that they want to go for more, maybe not max level decks, but let's just say silver level. People are like, well, it doesn't really pay to have single BCX cards in survival mode, but if I had silver, I could probably do pretty well. You might see a lot of these very cheap regular foil Chaos Legion cards, start to dry up off the market. But they're pretty much in the same range they have been. Commons 1 to 5 cents, rares 2 cents for the cheapest, up to low to mid 20s for the summoners. Epics 9 to 91 cents. I believe this card was Igor. He is 91 cents this week, currently the highest regular foil epic. And then your legendaries, just under 50 cents to, right around $3 or so. We'll see if these change over the next couple months. Gold foils, same range, 12 cents to 95 for a common, 50 cents to 240 for a rare. Your gold foil epics sitting at 330 to 750, with most of them being, 330 to $5 range. And then your gold foil legendaries kind of pushing that $20 floor up to $45. And I believe the gold foil, the highest one this week was Lily, which is nice to see because I believe over the last month or so there hasn't been a gold foil Lily for sale. So there is one on the marketplace. And then for the soulbound cards, let's see, is there any real price movement here? I think it's pretty much in the same ranges as they have been. The gold foil epics and legendaries are the same as they were a couple weeks ago for the most part. I believe there's one or two legendaries that were different, but as you can see, the high card still at 550 is still sitting there. So not a lot of movement for these prices, but once again, they have not come down either. So the people that have these for sale are holding strong in their prices. Looking at the promo cards, so the Bear and Vruz are both at 9 cents. Oshure is still at 7.81, pretty much the same. Dr. Blight is still 9.50. Zerial, which has had kind of a big price decline over the last few months, starting to slow, but now it is under 13. But look at Waka. So Waka has been 240, and then it's kind of been on the decline from $240 down to $1.65. Currently, the cheapest one is 370. So not sure why all of a sudden the big price spike for Waka, but he is now $370. And the same with Lux Vega. You can see Lux Vega has been anywhere from 165 to 195 over the last several months. Now it's almost doubled to 350. So big interest in both of those max summoner cards. Then for your gold foil versions, the Baron Vruz are pretty much where they've been over the last month or so. Oshure has come down from 100 down to 67.50. Gold foil Dr. Blight under $50 currently. There's one for sale at $41. Gold foil Zerial came down from 105 to just under 90. Gold foil Waka has been removed from the market, so either sold for that 777 or the person has just taken it down and decided to hang on to it for the time being. And then gold foil Lux Vega is sitting at $3,000. Okay, Rift Watchers. So Rift Watchers, you can see not a whole lot of change in prices for the regular cards, still pretty much the same price ranges. The one thing that I will notice or note to you guys is for the epics, for the summoners, the $3.59 price is kind of going to jump out at you because Ilthane has been the highest price at just over $1. This is not Ilthane, and this is a card that's probably going to surprise you, and this is for a single BCX. So I'll tell you what that is in part 2. For your legendaries, you can see pretty much the same range, just under $2 to $18 for a regular foil legendary from Rift Watchers. For your gold foils, 17 to 92 for the commons, 77 to 245 for the rares. Epics gold foil 447. This $44 one is for a max copy, so that is why there is that huge price right there. And then for your gold foil legendaries, you're looking at $22.50 to $200. Okay, so now we made it to Rebellion. So Rebellion prices, as you can see, holding pretty steady. The high end of the commons has come down a little bit from 2 weeks ago, where the summoners were pushing 50 cents for a couple of them. Now they're back down to 39, kind of more in range where they have been. Rares, you're still sitting at 11 cents to 250. Epics, 39 cents to 225. And then your legendaries, $2 to $54, and you guys know which legendary that one is. Okay, gold foil commons, 71 cents to 450. $1.29 to 15 for the rares. $7 to just under 30 for the epics, and then your gold legendaries, kind of the same consistent range, just under $40 for the low end, up to whatever the current gold foil tofu is priced at this week, just a little bit under $400. And then for your Rebellion Soulbound cards, the one card to note here is a gold foil legendary is for sale. It's not the $100,000 monkey, so the $100,000 monkey has been either taken down. I doubt it's sold, but someone took down the monkey. This is a different card. I believe it is Galactus, is the first reasonably priced and only, I believe, second ever gold foil legendary that has been unlocked and put on the marketplace. And the asking price for that is a little bit more reasonable, $498. And I believe it's still, not being able to do the math completely off the top of my head, but it's over $150, I believe, to unlock it. So $498 is a little bit high, but if you want one and it's the only one there, you know, either cough up the $498 or hope that they lower it a little bit in the not too distant future. But thought that was something to note. I didn't think there was ever going to be any gold foil legendaries unlocked with the cost being that high, but there's been at least two over the past month. Okay, and then some key legendary cards from Rebellion. So these are for your regular foils. Kai still just over $4. A Kane went from just under 14 to just under 15. Rage is almost unchanged at 14.23. Same with Darg, 15.50. Venka holding at 22.23. Lorcus came down just about $1.50 down to $27. Cryptic just under 22. Tofu price is crashing down to 54. EMP from 1580 to 1768, so $2 almost increase in EMP. Nidhogger, with all the talk about Nidhogger, the price is still holding at $15, and then Risk-Eldrath is sitting at $22.97, so this card has seen an increase in price, as you can see, over the last few months. Looking at the gold foil, so gold foil Kai came down from 134.50 down to 69. Look at a Kane. Kane jumped from 90 to 194. Rage is still at 195. Darg right at 100. Venka 192.50. Gold foil Lorcus 196.80. Gold foil Cryptic at 148. Your gold foil Tofu at 382.95. Gold foil EMP at 112.50. Gold foil Nidhogger at $109, and then finally Risk-Eldrath sitting gold foil at $155. Okay, and then we'll wrap this up with all the promo cards. So Grimbarden Smith still holding right at $4 per BCX regular foil. Gold foil just above 15, so a little bit of a price increase there. Manoroth holding just at $28 with the gold foil still at $155. The Enforcer, 69 cents. The regular foil came down, but look at the gold foil, jumped from 405 up to 925. Baron Fiat holding at $4.46 with the gold foil at $45. Mana Warden, the common promo card, still sitting at 15 cents. Gold foil at $2.29. Sanctus sitting at $3.95, and the gold foil still at $18.13. Eleanor, $49.49, but look at the gold foil. Gold foil went from $5.49 asking price to $9.90. Night Stalker, $3.10, so this card has gone up, as you can see, over the last month. The gold foil is at $16.74. Delia sitting at $54 with the gold foil at $499. Rune Anarchist sitting at $4 with the gold foil at just under $50, so very high price for that card. Rick Launeman, we're going to check this out on the marketplace. I was not aware of how few even regular foil cards there are in circulation. That's why this card has been so high in price. But we'll go through this in part 2, and then also we'll look at why there are no gold foils on the marketplace when we look at the amount in circulation. Definitely a card I'm keeping my eye on. Mariput Mossbender, $2.03 for the regular foil, $13.40 for the gold. Nefket, $32.46 for the regular foil, and still $419 for the gold. Ulfka sitting at $14.88. You can see that's come down over the last month, and the gold foil sitting at just under $130. Warborn Shaman, $2.09 with the gold foil at $15.94. And then finally Fizbo sitting at $30.58 for the regular foil and $2.40 for the gold foil. Okay guys, there you have it. There is the Card Market Watch Part 1 for Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. Part 2, we will go through the market. Like I said, we'll look at the liquidity, we'll look at the numbers, how many are in circulation. For some of the Soulbound cards, of course, we'll look at how many are unlocked as compared to the total supply is out there as we get closer and closer to survival mode and see what some of these card prices will do over the next couple of months. It's going to be kind of exciting and interesting to watch. So stay tuned for that. Part 2 will be coming up shortly. Until then, stay the course, keep on forging, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Take care.